Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to Leadership Lessons with Cheri. I sure do hope that you are learning so much about leadership that you could walk right into any organization and take over today and just do a phenomenal job. With all joking aside, I do really hope that the little nuggets of information that I provide you each week right here on my YouTube podcast helps you know that leadership is one of those big responsibilities, that it actually is what I call an awesome responsibility, because you do affect the lives of others. The buck stops with you, but it ensures that you can have a huge impact on the world, especially if you do it in a way that takes care of your people and empowers them to do the good work. All right, having said that, we are on week number, wow, I didn't even write it down. Let's see, number 14 with leadership lessons. And this week we're going to talk about staying focused on results. This is a hard time of the year when it comes to schools. I know not all of you are school leaders, but go with me on this. This is a hard time when it comes to schools because you're starting to get past the honeymoon phase. Students are starting to feel themselves. Teachers are starting to feel themselves. Things are starting to get very, very busy, and we're about to go into the holiday season. I know, talking with some of my colleagues who are small business owners, just like me, it's also a hard time of the year for a business because you're starting to figure out how are you going to balance everything you have going on, continue to generate revenue, continue to meet all of your goals as you wrap up the calendar year, but still have time to balance your life when it comes to holiday celebrations. Are you taking care of your people in a way that allows them to take time off when they need it with their families during this busy time of the year? And even more so, because it's busy, allowing people to put self-care into their routines so that they're not getting overwhelmed, overworked, and then burnt out. So see, we're all in the same boat, whether you're a school or an organization. However, I think it's important to keep that at the forefront of our mind right now, because we all know when we're running on empty, we're not going to be able to do our best work. And as the leader, it is imperative that we are on 24/7, right? That we are able to do our very best for our people. Now, that does not mean that you can't say, I've hit the wall and I need to take a day, or I need to rejuvenate. That's not what that means. It just means that you are aware of what you need to do so that you can show up as your best for your employees. All right, so this week we're talking about really using data, staying focused on results. And as I said, this is that busy time of the year, so it's super important to do so. So let's talk about this. We're starting to get to a place where if you're not a school community, you're looking at your goals for 2023. I know I am. I'm starting to plan out my reflection time. I'm starting to plan out my planning and preparation time to go into 2024. And as a matter of fact, I said earlier on my Facebook today, as I'm recording, which is on October 16th, that I need to schedule some time into my week this week to start getting to a place where I'm really looking at and digging down deep into the data of what I've accomplished this year. It's so easy to say, oh yeah, we're having a great year, and just move on, right? But what makes us have a great year? I could tell you right now at the surface level, oh yeah, I've learned a lot. But if someone said, okay, Cheri, what did you learn? I really would have to sit down and really think about that for a moment, right? The big things are going to stand out, but I've learned so much on my journey. I want to make sure that I know the things that I've learned, that they're moving the needle. The things that I'm doing are getting me the results that I need. And I can only do that if I'm able to connect those results with the activities that I've been doing. I hope that makes sense. So as a leader, I think we have to sometimes learn that balance between the personal feeling about things and the objective feeling about things. The objective and the subjective is what I like to call it. The subjective piece is, Looking at your climate culture, do your people feel happy? Looking at your clients and customers, are they getting the results from the work that you're doing? Those are subjective. They're going to have the feeling in there, right? You're going to be able to go, oh yeah, I saw this person said that they learned this and this person felt this, and I could see this person smile and this person's communicating more and those kinds of things. But when you're looking at the data, you also want to look at the objective data, right? My client in this survey indicated that they now attend 10 social events per month as compared to 3 when we first started working together. I have generated X amount of money in this time span as compared to the previous 6 weeks or whatever it is. That data is going to be important. And if you're able to always go back to the data, here's what it's going to be able to do for you. You're going to be able to justify to your employees whether you're moving in the right direction or not. You're going to be able to help your clients and customers understand the work that you're doing for them is making an impact. You're going to be able to see for yourself what activities and what things are actually moving you towards your goals quicker and faster or more effectively than the other kinds of activities. So you can see results are super important, right? Now, they're not the end all be all. Again, I was a school person. I was a principal. My leadership revolved around ensuring that my students were ready to take an accountability assessment one time during the school year. One data point. I had to tell my teachers all the time, yes, this data point is important, but it's not the only important piece of information. And I want you to remember that too. Sometimes we get fixed on just one measure. We do need to look at the objective. We do need to look at the real actual numbers, the results, but we also need that subjective data as well. We need to know how people are feeling, how the climate culture is within your organization. As I mentioned at the start of today's episode, leadership is an awesome responsibility. It entails a lot because it matters, because you have such an impact on the world. The greatest of leaders take that responsibility very serious, and they ensure that they're always monitoring progress. And to do so, you really have to look at that objective data and subjective data in a way that really helps you know what's working and what's not working. And above all else, helping your organization, whatever it is that you're leading, could be your household even, be its best it can be, right? Because as the leader, formal or informal, the buck stops with you. And I know you didn't go into this just to be okay. You went into this because you want to be the best that you can be. All right, another great episode for you, short, sweet, and to the point. Of course, if you want more information, reach out to me. You can reach me on all of the socials, except for TikTok. I'm not on TikTok, but you can also email me at sheridixonconsulting@gmail.com. I would love to sit down and hear how your leadership journey is going and see if there's a way that we could work together to help you get there faster, stronger, and better. All right, until next week, this is Cheri with Leadership Lessons with Cheri. Have a great week, y'all.